Hey people, Intro here, 3v3, Calderis Refinery, blue team. Lucifer is a force commander, very strong offense, fighting in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support. Alongside this fella, I believe this name is like Russian slang meaning something very unexpected. Something like that. We have a Farseer, a support hero fighting in melee with some powerful buffs and control, and rounding off the team, 7 bio maybe, or 7 below, with an Apothecary, support hero fighting in melee combat by default, begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura. Got some Raven Guard. So I think that's 7B10. Red team, Shoris playing a very naughty Inquisitor by the looks of it. Powerful control ability, strong offense, fighting in melee by default, can get specialized ranged weapons. And rounding off the teams, a couple of Chaos Lords. Andreas, and this is Red Crown 555, rocking some Death Guard, looks like. These guys are destructive and durable heroes, walking through objects that cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and disruption, fighting in melee. You know, for corn and blood and stuff. On the east side, little smattering of Eldar and some Marines and some Scouts. Scouts backing off. Here come Howling Banshees. Farseer trying to get in to tie up some Chaos Space Marines, but there are others getting some good shots in. Chaos Lord chases off the Guardians. Another Chaos Lord shows up, if one wasn't bad enough. Heretics in on the Banshees with the Doom Blast. Good special from the Farseer, just threw Guide onto the Banshees as well, one of her starting abilities, increasing their range and their damage by 30% since they are a melee unit, obviously. Range doesn't matter that much, but they're going to go down. Caught in retreat by some Heretics. The CSM are also in melee mode, which was smart there from Andreas. If you're in melee with a melee squad and your squad is a ranged squad, it's very handy to switch them to melee mode if you think they're going to retreat, because they'll stick on them in melee and get those retreating melee hits in. Just kept them in there a bit too long, and that can sometimes happen when you buff Banshees with Guide. You kind of want to keep them in there for the full duration of the buff, and I find that Farseers maybe lose Banshees more often. Maybe that's just anecdotal, but it's like they want to get the most out of their Guides, so they keep them in there a bit longer. Red Crown with some Noise Marines on the way. Andreas replacing Lost Heretics. So they did get the Heretics down, but losing Banshees for Heretics is not a good trade for the Eldar. Shuriken Cannon on the field. Is Unexpected gonna replace those Banshees? Chaos Lord gets in on the Shuriken, able to skirt the edge of the firing up there. Force Commander in on some Chaos Space Marines. Chaos Lord may go down. Force Commander goes in for the finish, doesn't need it. It was ranged fire that took down the Chaos Lord of Andreas. Red Crown backing off with the Chaos Lord. Noise Marines in play with that awesome Sonic Blaster they have. Some Heretic support in there. What's going on the west side? We have a Sentinel and we have Devastators with a Heavy Bolter, which the Sentinel isn't too keen on. So backs off for some repair support. We got Artillery Spotters to mess with the Devastators there. They can drop a Smoke Shell to mess with their range, or straight up disrupt them with a Mortar Shell. There's the Mortar Shell. Inquisitor tries to get in melee on them maybe. Sentinel with the Stomp. Nicely done. Nicely timed. I thought the Inquisitor was too far away. The Sentinel coming in made that work. Apothecary getting stuck in too. Has already thrown out his heal. Slicing through some Guardsmen. Inquisitor stays on the Devastators. Lasgun's trying to focus down the Apothecary. And they get rid of him. Now they can try and get a Marine model. These guys in melee with the Guardsmen. Guardsmen cannot hang out in melee with pretty much anything, let alone some Marines. Can she get down the Apothecary? I suppose not. What about the Devastators? Got them down to a single model, I think. 464 to 472 on the VPs, kicking off on the east side. Looks like the Farseer has Guide on herself there, maybe. Doesn't want to put it on the Force Commander, right? Since it's a percentage increase, you want to put it on something that has the highest DPS. Maybe he thought that the Force Commander wasn't going to hang around, I suppose. Howling Banshees are being replaced by Unexpected. Assault Squad is up by Lucifer. Mid is blue. But I suspect not for long. Blue now getting their natural decapped, are they? Kind of. Yep, Heretics are on it. Heretics with grenade launchers. You have Chaos Space Marines with Eternal War for Red Crown as well. And the other Heretics have an Aspiring Champion. Sonic Blaster shaking apart. The Generators only get one gen though. Assault Squad jumped them and scared them off. Shotgun Scouts with the Sergeant giving them a grenade. Nice grenade barrage by the Heretics there. And the Chaos Lord of Red Crown just casually trundles away. Where's Andreas? Back at base. Back over on the west side. Good stomp on the Marines. Apothecary's not happy with this. He's got a bunch of XP though from killing guardsmen, I suppose. 7 bio. I'm going with 7 bio, I think. I'm going with that's a stylized eye, the one. Attacks are fast capping the natural VP. They are quite low though. From Lucifer over there. Force Commander's getting revived. The level's up the Farseer to 2. She has Spirit Stones in. Helps support those Howling Banshees. Could also get Fortune as well, of course, to increase their durability. Heretics leveling. You go, fellas. Banshees. Oh, beautifully timed grenade barrage from Red Crown there. Banshees were just about to start power melee attacking those CSM. More Heretics coming in with a Doom Blast now. Maybe. There it is. And there's a little bit of a kill to weak. Maybe a bit too gun-ho with those Banshees there. Unexpected. Really had them on the front lines, eh? It's really helpful if you can try to... Oh, looks like 40 Emperor was on the Assault Marines. Really helpful if you can try to find a way to engage with something else before you bring the Banshees in. And they have the perfect thing to do it, an Assault Squad, the blue team. But they would seem to be in a different area of the fight. Would be useful, I think, for the Banshees to kind of hang around the Assault Squad. And then when they jump and disrupt things, make their move. Grenade. Almost whacked the Heretics. They do have an Aspiring Champion. That's the only reason they survived. The Aspiring Champion increases the health of the other models. Because, you know, they want to impress him and not die so quickly. Assault Squad also up here for 7 bio. Running away. Bravely running away. We do have the Holy Brazier for the Inquisitor. Poking some Devastators now. She seems to attack quite quickly with this thing. 50 power melee DPS with the Holy Pyre. Very solid piece of war gear. What is this? That's a Chaos Space Marine squad in a really strange place. Getting war shouted. They're trying to chase down that Shuriken maybe. They're able to get away okay. Blood Maul in for the Chaos Lord of Red Crown. Can hard counter those Assault Marine fellas. With a big chunk of DPS and the Sweeping Doom. But looks like he's going after some Tactical Marines at the moment. Heretics backing off. Now the Chaos Lord set his sights on the Assault Squad. Another really good grenade barrage from Red Crown at short range there. Big chunks of damage on those Assault Marines. Sacred Standard Force Commander is in. Passively supporting nearby allies with the 25% damage boost. It's a really nice piece of war gear. Going up to 40 if he's down. 359 to 445. Mid is turning blue thanks to some Guardians. Back to the western edge. Holy Pyre goes in. Debuffing and damaging enemies over time, and a good stomp against Sentinel usage has been strong on this side. Apothecary now not messing around. An Anointed Power Axe in play. Disruptive jump. Guardsmen sticking in as long as they can to repair the Sentinel. Sentinel may go down here. Does go down. As soon as I say the Sentinel plays been good, why do I do this? Why do I curse things? It's a nice piece of war gear, this axe. Mainly because of that energy drain, I think. I mean, the damage is nice to have, of course. Oh, wait, it's a power sword here. And now switches to the customized Stormbolter. Very strange. I guess with the Raven Guard skin, he gets a sword. Interesting. I thought it was a nice thing to have there to put pressure on the Inquisitor and drain her energy, but he just wants to shoot her. And now goes back to the Anointed Power Axe. Strange goings on the west side. I wonder if it was a hotkey mispress that has purchased one of those pieces of war gear, or maybe both of them. Chaos Space Marines with a Aspiring Champion. Power Fist Force Commander now. Artificer Armor on the way as well. Howling Banshees buffed up. Is that Fortune on them as well? Nope. We do have a Singing Spear Farseer though. 359 to 365. Banshee stuck in. Oh, did they stay in too long again? With guide on them. I think maybe they're alright. We do have Mark of Tzeentch, Chaos Space Marines, Eternal War as well. So they're fully upgraded. Chaos Sword, level 3 with Armor of the Inferno. You just saw popping Let the Galaxy Burn there. 2 heavy melee weapons for these blue team heroes there. Something the Chaos Lord can't get. Can do a kill the week though. Lightning Claws on the way for Andreas. Very dangerous combat Chaos Lords here now. Scouts wipe. Plasma gun tacks in a bit of trouble now. They can't do anything about a Chaos Lord with a big old blood maul. Oh, but they don't run. Able to back off and shoot, really. Chaos Lord didn't want to chase through and overextend, I suppose. 350 to 351. Evened up on the VPs pretty much then. Back to the Anointed Power Axe / Power Sword over here. And there's Excruciators doing the assail. Most likely be targeted on the Assault Squad most of the time. In the mid, Chaos Lord versus Force Commander. And the raw DPS of the Lightning Claws and the health of the Chaos Lord wins that fight there. Red Crown flees. Andreas capping the mid. Meanwhile, Blastmaster is in. Librarian is up for Lucifer. They can Veil of Time that Devastator Plasma Cannon. They can run around and shoot stuff. Chaos Lord goes for the Banshees. I'll try to kill the weak. And fails and then goes down. Really risky to try that there. Plasma Cannon. Not a flush hit, but a decent shot. Blue team will retake the mid then. What level are you, Miss Farseer? Level 4. So she now has Fleet and Guide and the Spiritual Rites all to use with her energy. Back to the western side. The Inquisitor going straight for the Apothecary there. Guardsmen with plasma guns. Couldn't quite finish him off there, the Assault Squad. Now they're just fighting some artillery spotters. Apothecary gets away. We have a las cannon. Oh, because there's a Bane Wolf. 310 to 342. I don't think this VP's been decapped yet, but I may have just missed it. East side. Big old fight going on. Killed a weak from the Chaos Lord. Got some Corn Worship. Assault Squad jumping deep back in there. Where's the other Chaos Lord? Don't think I've seen Sweeping Doom being used yet, actually. Maybe they need more energy to be able to use Kill the Weak and then Sweeping Doom. There it is. Just as I say it. I love that animation. Oh, hey, some Chaos Terminators for Red Crown. Andreas has some Bloodletters up. They're not moving at the moment. Oh, the other Chaos Lord's down. Still in the mid. Okay. Slaughter popped on the double CSM there. An ability given to them by their aspiring champion. They might get plasma gunned for the Emperor on it. Big hit. Almost wiped those CSM. Can the Librarian get it? Quickening and gets it done. Wiping the CSM. Other fellas do get away. Force Commander, you alright there, buddy? Chaos Terminators with their combi bolters trying to do it. And they do it. There's the larger Sacred Standard effect going off there, you see. Not sure what the range is on it. But it's decent, I think. 310 to 292. Mid is blue. Chaos Lord still down there. Kassakin on the way for Shoris. Unexpected with Seer Council up. All being buffed over here by the Autarch and her aura. The Seer Council also has an aura. And actually all stacked together for some good damage resistance. Autarch jumped in all alone for some reason and has to run. Farseer going for the revive. Gets it. Some good grenade barrages, a good Blastmaster shot too. Very messy fight, but Banshee's able to get through kind of unscathed there actually. Everything buffed by the Sacred Standard, of course. Terminator's teleporting away. Perhaps we'll see some lightning claws on those guys because of the Seer Council now. Mark of Corn CSM, really? double Mark of Khorne CSM. Awesome stuff. I mean, not sure how well they'll do against Seer Council and Banshees supported by a Farseer, but the Banshees are almost wiped. Okay, Banshees got away. Maybe the Andreas could pop Bloodlust in a big melee fight, perhaps. That's a tough fight, though. Especially with the Sacred Standard in there. They seem to do well then. They do have Bloodletters as well. And the Sweeping Doom can do a lot. Oh, and they do have Demonic Visage as well to debuff things. So that is a really fun fight. Really fun melee fight, potentially, over there. Force Commander's down level 5 in the mid. Autarch is capping. But, oh, blue team may lose their natural. Or maybe not. Chaos Lord leaves it. Terminator's going for it. Autarch gets disrupted. 296 to 256 on the VPs. Bane Wolf is still around, by the way. Where's the Kashyyykin? They are getting some plasma guns. Ranged superiority infantry. And yeah, they are heavy infantry, so they don't like plasma and stuff. Not quite a triple cap then, but they got the double cap and they're putting decent pressure on the eastern side. And they have these gens up, the red team. Veil of Time Plasma Cannon, Force Commander back to his feet. Farseer now level 6. Some Time Field might be pretty good here. Can shut down Terminator attacks with it, if nothing else. Ouch. Big ouch. Was that for the Emperor? No, it wasn't. Emperor wasn't involved in that one. Blastmaster gets a good hit. Explodes one of the assault squad fellas. Blue team get their natural back. 2 to 1. I guess they need to assault the mid. Las Cannon trying to shoot infantry, not working out too well. Apothecary's hanging out here for a triple push. Has Purification Rites and Armor of Purity now. So faster cooldown on the heal. And when it does land, enemies around it get disrupted and damaged. Classic little Apothecary combo synergy there. Chaos Predator with Mark of Khorne is up. Avatar on the way. Big fight kicking off though. Lots of disruption on the CSM. Got back to their feet. 2 Chaos Lords are there. Force Commander's there. Farseer is there. Awesome melee fight. Looks like the blue team are doing quite well. All that power melee. The Seer Council got focused down quite a lot. The Force Commander's down. Got rid of the CSM. Terminators are still here pouring in that combi bolter fight. And then 2 Chaos Lords as well. Banshees. I think they're alright. Did anything actually die? Yes, Andreas lost some CSM in there. But that was a close fight. Very close fight. Double Chaos Lords doing really good work. Oh, they both have Demonic Visage. It doesn't stack, but we'll make sure it's active, I suppose. 184 to 256. Single cap now. Gonna get a 2 to 1 with naturals swapped, maybe. Here's some Terminators for 7 bio. Hammer of the Witches finishes off the Devastators. They had a Las Cannon, and here is a Bane Blade. Bane Wolf is still up, by the way. Excruciators on the Apothecary. Gets around the shot blocker, and I think escapes. They couldn't finish the cap, though. Blue team trying to grab mid. Chaos Predator says no, getting some repairs from Heretics. Chaos Lord also wants to have a word with the Autarch there. Avatar of Cain is up. Huge buffs now. Area of effect buffs from the Seer Council, from the Autarch, and from the Avatar. Not to mention the active buffs, of course, that the Farseer can throw out with the guide. Wailing Doom. Seer Council have their empowered spears now, which is heavy melee upgrade, helping to take out the tank. Plasma Cannon finish it off. Awesome upgrade for those guys. I think it's... is it 40 power? It's quite expensive, I believe. Empowered Singing Spears. Imbues themselves with the strength of ancient heroes. Well done, fellas. Terminator squad with Cyclone Missile Launcher chased off by Mark of Khorne CSM. Those chain axes are power melee, so non-melee Terminators really don't like it. Baneblade, oh, gets Flesh over Steel. Teleporter is up as well. It is being repaired by this bunker. 130 to 256. Melter Bomb may come in here, unless it already has. Are they going after the Bane Wolf? Excruciators comes in perfectly timed there, just as the Inquisitor shows up. And Hammer of the Witches for the Force Commander. Farseer in there. Force Commander teleports again onto the rear armor of the Baneblade. Farseer has her own heavy melee weapon, of course. And Cyclone Missile Launcher on the way, perhaps. Yes. Wasn't fired quite far enough, I don't think. And here comes a bunch of power melee to scare them off. Chaos Lord and those Markov Khorne CSM Bloodletters in there too. Are these Terminators in too deep? Oh, they have their teleport. Force Commander did go down. Does the Inquisitor have Excruciators back? Yes. Kassakin can pour in some plasma gunfire now. And that Chem Cannon is going to slow them down from the Bane Wolf. Look at the damage on those Terminators. Kassakin need to try and get out of the Baneblade's path so they can fire. Oh, they weren't able to do it. Terminators escape. Need some reinforcements. Back towards the east side, kind of southeast here. Avatar doing Avatar things with a big old sword. There's a Malignant Blindness thrown in from one of the Chaos Lords, so they can't see stuff, the blue team, for a while. Great Unclean One up for Andreas. Red Crown with Terminators and a tank, but not a whole lot else. Auto cannon on these guys. I thought they'd go claws for sure for some melee superiority. But maybe they were wary of Time Field and that kind of thing. Or Gravity Blade. We do have some Lightning Claws over here from Lucifer's Assault Terminators. And that's going to be really bad news for the Great Unclean One. Just a big pile of super heavy infantry armor does not like power melee or plasma or melter. Cloud of Flies stamped in there. A Baneblade supported by a Great Unclean One is quite a lot of heresy. Time Field, is it a Time Field into an Eldritch Storm? Doesn't look like it. Stops them firing though. Such a useful piece of war gear to have. Leman Russ on the way for Shoris. Lucifer has a Vanguard Veteran Squad. Assault Squad jumping in. Melter Bomb is in. Can they get the Baneblade? There's an Eldritch Storm. Baneblade down. Bane Wolf survives for now. Oh, Rocket Run. Doesn't quite finish anything off, but did do a bunch of damage. Unless... No. Terminators are alive. I saw a Terminator body over there and thought they'd been wiped, but that was from the earlier losses. 118 to 198. Some force barrier shenanigans from the Librarian, and he runs away. Andreas getting a Chaos Predator. Red Crown still has one. Is this new? I think this is new. Doesn't have any XP. Vanquisher Cannon on the way for the Leman Russ. I thought we'd see Executioner. It's a big infantry army. Or maybe we won't see anything. It might just get exploded here. Force Commander is now getting Excruciators. A sail for the Emperor on himself. Melter Bomb goes in. Big chunky hits from the Force Commander with that buff. Gonna get it, I think. Gets it. I suppose Hammer of the Witches had been used there. That was an amazing play. An amazing hunt of that vehicle from Lucifer. Just went straight after it for the Emperor. Gets it done. A Leman Russ as well. And they'd paid for that upgrade. I wonder if they cancelled it in time. Shoris getting some Kassakin back. Another Markov Khorne tank here. And more Chaos Terminators in. 118, 165. Red team looking depleted, but they do have a slight VP lead. One-to-one cap here. Can they get rid of the plasma cannon? Because that's going to do a lot of pain. Inquisitor trying to revive. Throws up her mandate. Level 8 Inquisitor. She's done a huge amount of work. Great Unclean One leads the line. Unless the tank gets some decent shots in. Warp Spiders in play, getting assailed and running. Lightning Claw Assault Terminators. What are they looking to go after? The tank? Oh, maybe the Inquisitor. Great Unclean One passively damages nearby enemies. It won't bother Terminators that much, though. They have so much hit points, and I think it's only piercing damage, isn't it, that the Great Unclean One does on the passive. Assault Squad. No, it's a Vanguard Veteran Squad, so they don't have a melted bomb. They do have a Power Fist, though. Tank shots doing some good work. Imperial Abyss from one of the Chaos Lords. Who was it? Probably Red Crown. Oh, Great Unclean One goes down. Double autocannon Terminators. Do not want to fight the Lightning Claw fellas, but they are going to get the mid back, the red team. Tank's doing huge amounts of work here. There's a melter bomb or something. Those are the Haywire grenade that was. Orbital going in now. Banshee's chasing the tank. Empowered Spearseer Council chasing the tank as well. Cyclone. That's insane damage. Tank is not going to survive. Force Squad showed up and gets it done again. Land Raider Phobos on the way for Andreas. I'd say maybe stop getting tanks, because that Force Command is a menace. Not to mention this Seer Council, of course. Big old sweeping doom. Tons of resources for Lucifer here. Saving for a Land Raider, perhaps. Another tank is going to fall to the Force Commander. Level 9. That needs to run. Oh, got Gate of Infinity away by the Librarian. And now runs. Chaos Lord with the Demonic Visage procking on those guys there. To the red debuff circle. Can't stick around for long, though. Seen some awesome melee fights in this game. Okay, the Phobos is going to make its way out. Land Raider Redeemer on the way as well. Double Manticores for Shoris. Fire Prism for... Nope. Cancelled, and more Warp Spiders, eh? Late game Warp Spider spam. Well, I guess 2 isn't spam. But that could be super effective. It's because it's hard to get on them when you have to get through all this melee stuff. Vanguard jump. Kassakin aren't going to like that. Having to use their sprint to get away. 118 to 122. There is the Phobos. I guess it will do well against the Avatar. And the Dirgecaster is great, but they don't actually have other vehicles or other large targets. I guess the Terminators are large targets. Or larger targets. And the Redeemer is on the way. 1-to-1 cap, very close on VPs. Looks like the blue team do have the upper hand, though. They maybe even get a triple here. Haywire on the Phobos. Have the Manticores struck yet? Some friendly fire from the Plasma Cannon, of course. Armor of Assyrian doing its thing there. Level 10 Farseer. Level 7 Apothecary. The Phobos survives. Manticore. The Eldar just sprint away from it. Yeah, why were these guys not Lightning Claws? I mean, I know the appeal of autocannons. Just anti-everything from range on something that has a good chunk of hit points is so nice, but all of this melee in their face, may have been able to put a stop to it if they had those Lightning Claws. Another Haywire. Can this tank survive? 2-to-1 for the blue team now. Looks like it's going to be alright, unless the Avatar just stays here and smacks it. Oh, maybe not. Force Squander shows up. Can they suppress him? They can. Base turrets eventually suppress him. And he runs. Meanwhile, a dead Inquisitor on the mid. Terminator's getting very low though. Looks like they make it out. Perhaps the Kassakin could have chased a bit more there. Land at Raider Redeemer is in the mid though. They can reinforce off that. Still a 2-to-1 cap. Phobos under assault. Pops the Dirge Caster, stunning and debuffing enemies. But the time field is there. And a whole bunch of power melee coming in too. Sorry, heavy melee. I don't think the Phobos is going to make it. Haywire grenade as well. And a plasma cannon got shots in. Phobos falls. Manticore like barely seemed to do anything there. 118 to 40. Red team really up against it. I don't know if they can recover from this. Lucifer and Unexpected have really strong armies. 7 bios lost quite a lot. But they also have tons of resources that they're not spending here. Very confused about them switching back and forth with the Stormbolter earlier. I wonder if that was just them hitting the wrong hotkey and purchasing something. Often happens when you're trying to type and you don't hit enter right. Yeah, triple cap for blue team. They have this. And it was because of that very effective Eldar melee blob. That was so good. Level 3 Seer Council alongside the Banshees and the Autarch and the Avatar. And of course Farseer support was just horrifically bad for the red team to deal with. Level 9 Force Commander here. Level 10 Farseer. A level 7 Apothecary trying to get armor of the Apothecary at the end. Level 9 Inquisitor. And the Chaos Lords level 5 and level 6. Awesome melee fights. Massively enjoyed it. Looks like Bloodlust was up at the end. Maybe more Bloodlust usage on those big fights would have been good, eh? Seems like a global that's kind of underutilized a bit. Because they want their Terminators and stuff, I suppose. Anyway, thank you for watching. It was a fun game, I think. Hope you enjoyed it, guys, and I'll see you next time.